111.
Ready.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Morning, Kathy.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning, Paul. I can't wait to talk about everything.
God forbid we talk about stuff.
No, you know what happens, and it happens all the time, is that we'll be outside, we're walking up the stairs, and we'll start talking about something that we were going to talk about on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's no longer fresh. You don't get that reaction, that you would have, because it almost sounds canned. So that's the only reason why I like to try to kind of stay away from.
It's hard to prepare, though, and be ready for a conversation if you don't have everything ready to go.
Yeah, but getting ready and getting all the answers, is, prior to jumping on here.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of things I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Yeah.
And one of the things is, I kind of knew there was a referendum coming up.
Kind of new.
Kind of knew.
Okay.
Well, I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't know when.
Yeah.
Don't you listen to social media and stuff? What the hell? He preaches, but
right?
He preaches a lot, right?
I know that. I know we're all pretty busy.
Yeah.
Not everybody, has time to scroll on social media or anything like that.
Listen to him.
I don't. I really, honestly don't.
He's on TikTok.
You know what? I post maybe once every other day there now.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
Really?
That's it.
I don't
really
post.
Do a whole lot.
I don't think I've ever posted on TikTok.
Oh boy.
I'm just a nosy person. I'm a scroller.
Yeah. You're a troll. You just troll everybody.
I'm just nosy.
No. Yeah. So before we get into that, well, what do you guys think about the situation in Iran with us going in and attacking their nuclear sites?
I think we had to do it.
Okay.
I mean,
I think that's what a lot of people don't realize, that it could have been a real big threat around the region and to us eventually.
Yeah, we can't. They can't have nukes.
I mean, think about that.
Well,
I think that a lot of people don't even realize that. They just that he did it, and I think it's because it's Trump. Okay, Trump did it then. Now what's he trying to do to us now? It's like they don't realize this has been going on for how many years?
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
1972.
Look at the money we gave them to get rid of. Look at the people that went in there to try to find the nukes, if you remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that Israel bombed them again, same spots.
I thought Iran bombed Israel, and
Yeah, but I thought I saw this morning that Israel went in and went on top of the
did they?
sites. That,
Oh,
yeah, I think I saw that this morning.
huh, I hadn't seen
but-
that yet.
But I think, I mean, what surprises me is our two state reps are opposite of one another.
Oh, I hadn't seen that. Are they?
Yeah, I think Blumenthal,
That's
Blumenthal was for it and Murphy was against it.
Really
Yeah. Well,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I had
Can you
not
go
seen
into
that.
Gmail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed.
Yeah, I mean, the alternative, if we didn't blow away their nuke sites, the alternative is that they get nukes, and then what?
I mean,
Then everybody's screwed.
So why didn't we do the same thing to North Korea?
We don't. I don't know if we even have intelligence saying that they do have nukes. They say they do, but I mean, they just fire missiles into the damn sea, and they hardly even make it outside their own borders. So
yeah, they fired one off of one of their
it
destroyers.
was like last week or something.
And the destroyer rolled over.
Yeah. I don't think we're really too worried about North Korea.
It went. then they had to find a way to bring it back up again.
Oh my god!
I mean, it's funny, but
I don't think we're really too concerned about North Korea right now. They talk a big game, but
Do you ever see the movie Team America, World Police,
no.
the puppets, and they do a parody on Kim Jong Un's father.
Oh, jeez.
And it's like, why is he hating? He goes, I'm so Ronry. I'm so Ronry.
That's funny.
And it's funny because every time I hear anything about North Korea, I immediately go back to that movie.
Mm-hmm.
In that movie scene, that's how my brain works, I guess. But.
Yeah, I don't think we're as concerned with North Korea as we are with Iran.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're really concerned with Iran right now anymore either.
Well,
I think I know.
we have a little concern
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we don't
of
know
course.
what the retaliation is going to be.
Right.
Because you got to remember the border's been open for 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we don't know.
We don't know who's here. Yep. And I mean, the one thing we do know is that, I mean, their nuke sites are destroyed. So that's one less thing.
We don't know what they have elsewhere, though.
True. But I think, I mean, the intelligence, I would imagine that our folks are getting, I hope is correct and accurate.
I would
But,
hope so.
Yeah. I mean, it was accurate enough that they were able to pinpoint these sites with, I mean, like precision. It was unbelievable how you see what was targeted and you see what was hit afterwards. And I'm just amazed at technology and how they're able to so precisely drop these bombs and just hit perfectly. I can't wrap my head around that. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like our intelligence would know if there's more. And if there are, I'm sure they're planning for something.
And they did say that they made sure they stayed away from residential areas.
Yeah. We're not attacking the country or the people. We're attacking their nuclear program.
The country.
No, we're attacking the country's nuclear program.
Which is the country.
No, the country has a lot more going on than just nuclear.
No, you know what I mean. Or should I say the country's political aspirations?
The leadership's aspirations.
Yeah.
I mean, the country itself, I don't think the people are
they're
really
very peaceful people,
right? So I don't. It's the leadership. I mean, they're the ones putting these nuclear programs into play and everything. So we're attacking their planning and their ability to manufacture these things.
So are we the big bully on the block?
Or are we saving everybody else from being nuked?
Well, I agree more with that more than anything personally.
Well, the other thing is there's a whole lot of rhetoric going on up here, but we don't know what's going on behind here.
Of course, yeah.
We don't know what's being said.
Of course we don't, yeah.
What I found interesting was, and I'm not really not big on news, on CNN, Fox News, any of it, but I did hear, actually I think it was on social media now that I think about it, where they were saying that even the Congress didn't know. Like Trump's administration
They
kept
tell 'em.
it so tight-lipped because he can't trust people, can't trust people outside of his immediate circle. So Congress didn't even know this was coming,
Yeah,
which
because
I find
they all would have opened up their
Right.
mouth.
which I find interesting and kind of scary at the same time that our leadership can't trust our own congressmen.
Yeah.
It's
That
a whole
is concerning.
different. It's a whole
but
different breed
Yeah.
in today's world
Yep.
compared to what was happening 20 to 30 years ago with,
Mhm.
with the representatives.
Yeah.
They're a different breed.
hmm
I mean,
Sam Gageson.
yeah. I mean, some.
I don't know. Some of them are old enough. They were there 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But I found that interesting that nobody knew. And of course, they were upset. Why did you tell us? But I could see a lot of those representatives and senators ratting it out, and,
Sure, they would have rapped. They would have
Mhm.
blabbed it. Well, of course they
Yep.
would have.
So you agree then we did the right thing in Iran?
Yeah, I don't know what other alternatives there were.
Yeah, I kind of agree. You
I don't know what else would have prevented the nuke program from moving forward.
I mean, if it kept going and kept going, they eventually could have did a long range one.
hmm
Apparently, there were 16 trucks that were leaving a site with that were all carrying enriched uranium,
And,
and that was one of the things that said, "Oh,
hmm And there's only one use for enriched uranium that
A
I know
bomb.
of.
exactly."
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, probably going to take them years to get back to where they were if they're still in there. So
Mhm.
we don't know. We
Yeah.
don't know
I
if
think
the,
they kind of got knocked into the third
yeah,
world.
I don't know if the
Mhm.
regime is going to change or not. Who the hell knows? It's up to the country.
Yeah. And like you said, who knows? Maybe there are other sites that we don't know about. Maybe
Yeah.
our intelligence knows about, and maybe they're
Yeah.
planning something else, or who knows? I
Uh-huh.
mean, and that's the thing. We kind of just have to trust the people that are in charge right now and trust that they have our best interest and our allies' best interest at heart and
Yeah.
making the
I'm,
right decisions.
I'm sure a lot of the world leaders knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they were told to get their people out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't tell them what was going to happen.
What was
when,
right.
but it did tell them get the hell out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, because
I mean,
didn't he give 2 weeks or something? Didn't he say within the next 2 weeks?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Or there was something about that.
Yeah.
And then
So,
he
I
said,
don't know.
screw it. Let's bomb the shit out of them tonight.
I don't know what happened. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be a big thing. I'm
Well.
gonna take my big hands, press that big button.
It was pretty huge.
What do they call it? Midnight Hammer.
Is that
Or
what it
something
was?
like that?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think that was the name
Yeah.
of it. That was Operation Midnight Hammer.
Is that what that was, really? I love that.
Hmm?
That's great. I didn't know that was the name of it.
I mean, even the subs blew off missiles.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize there were subs there. They
Oh, they're everywhere, Paul.
Yeah, I know they are, but,
They're everywhere.
but they shot off a bunch of missiles. A bunch of I forget how many aircraft were involved.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Kind of in the back of my head. We're all talking. You think about it from like a political standpoint. And how people are setting up the world arena. With the arms race.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, I was brought up thinking, like my dad, very Catholic man. A lot of this stuff is biblical.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
could
know,
definitely.
it's like
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my son,
Uh,
but it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God. So what's coming next?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Nostradamus?
Yeah. Right.
Was he right? Or what?
Only time will tell. Yeah, we'll have to see how this all
yeah.
plays out.
Tom Waslick says they're worried about attacking bases in the Middle East and terrorism here. And they thought he was bluffing. They weren't expecting it by saying he was waiting 2 weeks. It was really 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, from what I've seen of Trump's decisions in the past, he's very strategic. And I think a lot of it usually appears to just general people as trigger happy. But I feel like when you look back and what's come of decisions he's made, there's usually what do they say? A rhyme to the reason. Like there's
Yeah.
He's strategic. He plays the long game. So I'm kind of just cautiously optimistic that
yeah.
the
Well,
decision he
I'm
made works for
sure-
everyone.
I'm sure if they attack the bases in the Middle East, U.S. bases in the military in the East.
Oh, that'll.
That'll trigger more action by the
Mhm.
armed forces to
Yep.
go in there and do more damage. I mean,
Yep.
he's not fooling around. When it's not,
Mm-mm. Well, and I
it's
think.
not killing Americans. He's going to be pissed.
Yep. And I think that was the message he's sending. We're not messing around.
No.
This,
Yeah.
you're not having a nuke program, whether you like it or not. It's not happening. We're gonna blow it to smithereens
You know,
to
as
make
much
sure.
as-
Smithereens.
As much as a lot of those other countries in the Middle East probably don't like it,
So I would just say, in your time here,
we're happy.
Mhm. Yep.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute. We have other things to talk about. Don't want to spend all morning talking about Iran. What's going to happen is going to happen.
Mhm.
True.
Not a lot we can do about it. So,
Nope.
Nope.
so we're going to talk about a few other things, including some sort of referendum or other whatever that nobody knows about tomorrow. That's going to happen, but we'll talk about it in a minute right here on SNS.
Today's program is being brought to you by the Burns Agency in Dayville and Norwich. Home, auto, life insurance, all from a family-owned agency since 1932. Call 860-774-8549 or find them on the web at burnsagency.com and find out why you'll buy better at Burns. The Burns Agency, a Hub International company. Strain Family Motors on Route 12, Lisbon. Quality used cars like the SNSN Strain Family Motors Mobile that you will see at all SNSN sports events. Oil changes, remote car starters, all available and more in their service department. And if you really want to turn up the excitement, rent a Polaris Slingshot for the day and live it up. All available at Strain Family Motors, Route 12 in Lisbon.
All right, we're back. Good morning.
Hello.
Wayne says Iran did not want to negotiate and they were close to a nuke. He attacked only those sites.
Yeah, I did see some leadership of Iran saying that they didn't want to negotiate. I mean, that came right out of their mouth. They were saying, "Nope, we're not here to negotiate. This isn't what we're here to do."
Right.
I mean, that doesn't leave many options.
Not at all. So we don't know what they're going to do next, obviously. Do you?
Nope.
Do
No.
you?
We'll
No,
see.
I don't know.
We shall see.
Maybe they're all going to go out to dinner.
Could be. Speaking of a meal, coming up at noon today, we're starting a new show right here. It's going to be called Unicorns for Lunch. What are you laughing at?
Are they sea unicorns or just regular
They're
unicorns?
sea unicorns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are. Of course, you know what a sea unicorn is. It's
Narwhal.
obvious. Yeah.
I really think they missed the mark on that years ago.
What do you mean?
Should have been the Norwich Narwhals. It just flows better.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But then again, people, I hear all the time, well, it's the stupidest name
It
of all
is.
time. Well, no, it's not.
It is.
What about trash pandas?
Yeah. Dumb.
Dumb?
Dumb.
Yeah, okay, well.
For a baseball game, for a baseball
Yeah.
team name? Yeah, no.
But they all of these teams,
But you think that's just as dumb?
they're
Yeah.
all wacky names.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
That's
the
my point.
yard goats, it's bizarre.
The
Yeah.
double 18 for the Anaheim Angels, the trash pandas.
Yeah, to me that's I don't know. I feel like you're making fun of the team that couldn't make it to the majors and you're calling them these stupid names. That's how I look at it. Like it's just kind
Nobody
of
says anything
rude.
how stupid yard goats are.
Are you kidding me? Yes, they did. When that first came out, people were like, what the hell? Yeah, no, there was a ton of people all over social media and even on the news talking about the yard goats when they first came out with that name.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. People had no idea what it even meant or what they were.
You know
But-
what it is?
Yeah, it's something to do with the railroad or something. But it just, to me, it's like, oh, they can't make it to the majors, so let's put them in this other minor league and let's call them these stupid names and make fun of them. That's how I look at it. It's just, I don't know. Like, I feel like they would be taken more seriously if they were called like what you had the Paw Sox or I don't know, like more baseball type of names.
How about the Montgomery Biscuits?
That's ridiculous. How can you take that seriously? Like, hey, let's call up Joe Blow from the Biscuits team. No, who's doing that?
The coach is Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, right? Like, to me, it's just not serious. Like the Savannah Bananas.
They're not even real.
Who would know that there's any difference between the Savannah Bananas or the Trash Pandas?
Watch their baseball games. Not even a game.
But what if you don't
show.
even right? But what if you're just going based off names?
Right.
What if you're not a baseball fan and you're just like, oh yeah, Savannah Bananas are playing the Trash Pandas? How the hell are you supposed to know the difference?
So you know how they go, hey, batter up, right?
Yeah.
Well, the Montgomery Biscuits is butter up.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How I can't take that seriously.
Yeah.
I can't. That's just I can't take it seriously.
The Padres AAA affiliate. How about the El Paso Chihuahuas?
I wouldn't want to play on a team.
Taco Bell.
Could you? I missed that. That was a cute little dog. But I don't know if I'd want to play on a team where, oh, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
Oh, I play on the Chihuahuas. What the fuck? Like who? Like I didn't say it. But I don't know. I'm sure it's some kind of marketing gimmick or something, and maybe it's working, but
That one
it
there
wouldn't
could
work
be a
for
little
me.
bit what you just went by.
You're not supposed to be looking at this. You're supposed to be paying attention, you know.
I'm
and,
paying
It is.
attention.
It's paying attention.
What? The hot rods? Yeah, because you like cars. That's it. Otherwise, I think it's stupid.
See the hot rods? Yeah. What does that have to do with baseball?
Doesn't. But he likes it because he likes cars. This is how opinionated people are about their team names.
Yeah.
You can sit there and go, oh, that's cool. That's cool. No, it's perception, right?
Yeah.
Almost everything in this world is perception. How about the Binghamton Rumble Ponies?
Too many syllables. The Rumble Ponies? What the hell is a Rumble Pony?
The Seattle Mariners has a single A team called, ready? The Modesto Nuts.
No.
There's a lot of things.
Just
you can go there.
no.
Wonder what kind of team that is.
Right? I mean, why did they go to all these wacky names? I'm guessing just
Marketing.
just
Yeah.
marketing.
How about number 4, the Sugarland Space Cowboys?
Shut up.
I'm serious.
Oh my God. Are you that does not
I'm very serious, right?
Space Cowboys.
Space Cowboys. And that's well, you know, why not? It's a Steve Miller song, right?
Where do they nobody knows that.
I do.
But younger people don't.
The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
Jumbo shrimp?
Yes. Which is kind of an oxymoron, right?
Mhm.
So is that Jacksonville, Florida? Maybe it has.
Jacksonville, Florida.
So there
Are there
must be,
shrimp
must
in
be some
Jacksonville?
shrimp in Jacksonville.
I don't know. I mean, we don't have unicorns up here, so I don't know. I don't understand where they come up with these names.
Oh, a bunch of fairies up here.
This is why I love him.
You're going to really love this one, Paul.
Oh God.
The Amarillo Sod Poodles.
Side poodle?
Sod.
Sod poodles.
They're like grass.
Sod
Yeah.
poodles. Are those cows? Is that what that is that
I don't
supposed
know
to
what a
say?
sod poodle is. They belong to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
It's not. Oh yeah, there's a lot of sod.
Yeah, right. What the heck?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to see if like this market.
And number 1, the Rocket City Trash Pandas.
Yeah, that's
Now these are all major league affiliates. Like
no, I know, I get it. But why would they want to affiliate with a trash panda or a space cowboy?
do you know what a trash panda is?
Yeah, it's a raccoon. But
See, that's not horrible.
why would I mean no, but it's horrible for a baseball team.
Yeah.
Like what does a space cowboy have to do with the town or the team they're affiliated with or like where's the connection?
Well, I think a lot of these teams, what happens is a lot of the people in the town or in the area actually pick the names. I mean,
Do
Well,
they?
they did. The Sea Unicorns had a
contest.
contest.
Yeah,
for
but
it.
what were the other options though? They were all just as ridiculous.
I don't even know.
I remember.
I
I don't
honestly
remember
don't
what
even
they are
know.
now, but I remember when
Yeah.
they chose sea unicorns, they showed what the options were, and the rest of
Well,
them were just as
They could have been called a horse with no head.
right. They could have been. Yeah,
Huh?
they
The
could have
headless
been.
horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just I don't know if they're trying to kind of attract the younger crowd by having these wacky names,
Does
or
it
the
not
kids
attract?
think
It
it's
ain't
fun.
happening.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I would love to see, like, I don't know how you can. I mean, you could correlate, I guess, marketing to this, but I don't know how you have any hard numbers that say, yes, this is directly related to this marketing, or I don't know. I don't know how you determine whether it's working or not.
Can ask them today. How they actually came up with the Sea Unicorn name. But it's
Probably
it's
a
all
contest.
marketing.
Yeah, it's probably a contest.
But
Love it or hate it, you don't forget it.
But is it working? That's what I'm wondering. And how do you
I don't
measure
think
it? How do you?
I don't think the name has anything to do with it.
Well, if it's marketing, it should be. That's
for merchandise.
Well, it should be drawing people in as well.
Right, but
can't sell merchandise if they're not coming.
Yeah, I'm not going to see the Red Sox because their name is the Red Sox.
No, you're going. Well, no, they have quite a history. I mean, obviously, you're going there and Fenway
So does Dodge
and
Stadium,
all that.
30 years.
Has it been 30 years
Yes.
already? But they don't. I mean, you can't compare Fenway to Dodge Stadium. I mean, there's no
I
comparison.
understand that.
Years ago, it was like that. When the Yankees were there.
Well, they weren't the Yankees. They were the AA affiliate of the Yankees.
Correct.
Right.
But a large number of Yankees that played in the majors came down and played at Dodge.
They did.
Yes.
Do they still do that now?
No.
Why?
Because they're not affiliated with Major League Baseball.
They're
Oh, they're
They're
not.
a collegiate league.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it was pretty well packed when they were there.
Oh yeah, I remember years ago. It used to be there were a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm not a baseball fan. I'd rather play it than watch it. But
Well, the problem with baseball, it just becomes boring.
that's why I'd rather play it than watch it. Like
Yeah.
watching it, I'm too antsy to
For
sit
some
and watch a
reason-
baseball game.
Yeah, for some reason, today's baseball has become very boring, and I don't know why. Years ago, you had people going crazy over baseball. You know,
think
whether it
it's-
was the players or what, I don't know. But it seems today,
Because
I have a theory, but go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think the little bit that I have caught here and there, not just local, but just on TV as well, is it seems to be geared more toward the pitchers and how many strikes they can get rather than actually hitting the damn ball and seeing some activity, seeing some action on the field. That's what you want to see. You want to see people running around, running for the ball.
Well,
Trying
they've done a lot to try to speed the game up with pitch clocks. You got to throw the ball, in a certain amount of seconds. I think the evolution, which you're right, it just seems like it's such a long game. The games really aren't a lot longer than they ever were. I think our attention spans have changed.
That could be too. Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yep, that could definitely be part of it.
Our attention spans with these things right here have really cut things down.
yeah. Plus, what was going on back then? There wasn't a lot of things that you could do years ago. You know, you didn't have all the technology that you have today, so everybody went to baseball. Today, you have so many things that you can look at very easily that baseball is kind of like taken aside. You know.
I think if there was more action, it would draw more people. When you're sitting there and watching a pitcher just throw strike after strike after strike after strike after strike after strike.
Well, I
mean,
can
it
think
gets
you gotta-
kinda- You're like,
You got to understand the game.
I do.
sort of
I've played. I do understand the game, but I think from a spectator perspective, they want to see something happening.
Yeah.
You don't want to sit there and just
Right.
watch somebody throw a ball over home plate.
And I think
all
our
game.
attention spans have changed. I mean, I think we had an attention span back in the 80s.
Yeah. I'd be curious to look at the stats and see how many balls were hit, say 20 years ago versus how many balls are hit today.
It's not much different at all.
I feel like balls were hit more back in the maybe 30 years ago. I feel like just throw the ball so they can hit it. Don't throw the ball to try to strike. Quit making it a pitcher's
totally
game and make
disagree.
it a batter's game.
Totally
And when you're
disagree.
hitting the ball, then that means people are moving out in the outfield. There's stuff happening. You're trying to throw them out. You're trying to catch the ball. There's something to watch rather than just watching a pitcher throw strikes over home plate. You want to see some action. There's not a whole lot of action in baseball. It's like watching golf.
I'm trying to look up, see what the 1982 as opposed to today.
Like how many average hits a game there are, I guess.
So the ERA, or I should say the runs per game in 1982 was 4.3.
What are those hits, or could those be walks as well?
Runs. How many runs were scored per game?
Right, but those could be based off of a getting walked with full bases.
Could be anything.
Right. No, I want to talk about hits. I want hits specifically.
Okay.
How many hits per game?
So let's. I don't think.
That's. So I'm not sure that's. I don't know if they keep. I would think they would keep that stat.
All right.
I just,
In 1982, there were 37,651
hits.
hits.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot. I mean, they play a lot of games a week, but
Yeah, 162 a year each team. So 37,000, right? 651. But I'm going to jump up to last season
okay.
because it was a full season. It wasn't marred by COVID. or
Right,
anything
yeah.
like that. $39,823.
Oh, there's more hits.
Well,
Interesting.
technology changes. Don't they use aluminum bats too? Have the bats changed?
No,
No,
So
there's
wood
bats.
yeah.
The wood bats.
it's always been a wood bat league.
Wow, so there's more hits. That's interesting.
I mean,
It's
I'm sure the ball's changed since 1982.
yeah.
The talent has changed too. I mean,
Well,
people are stronger, people are faster, training has changed. There's a lot that's changed over those years.
go back to the days.
Sabermetrics. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different things, but
Go back to the days of the Yankees. You kind of wonder, how many hits were done back then when the Yankees were playing. The Yankees and the Dodgers. Think about it.
Rich put, hey, good, Paul, fairies, LOL, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, well, why not? Couldn't be a team in New London, the New London Fairies,
Mhm.
FERRIES.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
do you think that would go over?
yeah, because there are fairies running out of there. You're right.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there are boats too. So, oh my God, I'm so sorry. We want to thank our friends at Capital Property Group in Jewett City for supporting us here at SNSN. Not only that, but Michael Mish. He is with One Trust Home Loans and part of the Chairman's Club. Michael Mish, 860-884-2103. Of course, Highway Campers in Plainfield, 860-564-0141. They are right on Route 12 in Plainfield, and home is where you park it. I don't have a graphic yet, but Stilly's Automotive.
Oh yeah.
I want to thank them for coming on board as well
Yep. They're great.
in Lisbon. Yeah.
We use them. All of us actually. In the house.
Just Stilly's.
Mhm.
Yeah. Jewett City Savings Bank, Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank.
It's changing its name, right? July 1.
Who is?
Eastern.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're affiliated with another bank.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, July 1. A couple weeks away. Or a week away.
Do we know which bank they're affiliated with?
It's actually going to be September 1st when everything's going to be done. But
Oh, okay.
Wow, yeah.
yes, it's Guilford Savings Bank.
Oh, Guilford. That's interesting.
It's a new name, though.
Ascend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're okay. Cool.
Ascend Bank is going to be what Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank is going to change their name to.
Yep.
But I do know that if you have an account or accounts with them, nothing's going to change as far as
No.
they'll probably send you a new Ascend debit card
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But as far as your routing number,
Yeah, it's all the
an
same.
account number,
Yeah.
That's happened to when People's Bank. We had People's
Oh,
Bank,
yeah.
and then it moved over to
Yeah.
M&T or whatever.
Yeah.
And I had already had experience with that.
It's Mike and Tom.
So I pulled
Yeah,
right
I
away.
hope-
I'm like, nope, we're not doing that.
Hopefully, it's a smooth transition because a lot of times when these banks merge,
There's usually
screws
hiccups.
everything
Yeah,
up.
there's
I mean,
usually
you're going to
hiccups
transfer over to a new system.
Yeah.
Make sure it's good before you switch,
hmm
because that's going to really
Have a very good transition plan.
yes.
Also, I'd like to thank our friends at Griswold Pride. Go to griswoldpride.org. And, of course, Griswold Dental over on Slater Avenue. All right, take one more break. I'm going to come back and talk about, some sort of a referendum or whatever that's coming up tomorrow
Mhm.
that most people have no idea about.
Mhm.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
damn true.
And then they'll complain
One-
afterwards.
I wonder why some people don't know.
I
With the being all the information being out there, why don't people know? Right?
don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be back in a minute right here on SNSN.
Buying, refinancing, or renovating. Your home goals may just be closer and easier than you think with help from your neighbors at Eastern. The lending team at Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank would love to help you understand all the options available to you. And they're happy to help you every step of the way in achieving your dreams because they live where you live. Stop into a branch location or reach out in their easy online mortgage lending center. Get started with Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank at bankeasternct.com. That's bankeasternct.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
Is it safe to visit the dentist? In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah, 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone, and we hope you certainly patronize our sponsors. That would be absolutely beautiful if you would do that. That would be great. So, Kathy,
Yes.
what is going on tomorrow?
Referendum, which means voting. 'Cause I'm not sure everybody even knows what a referendum is, but we're voting on the Board of Education budget. So at the last referendum on June 3rd, town budget was passed. Board of Education budget did not pass. So the Board of Education was asked to cut $450,000 from their budget, which they did. And so now it's going back, just the Board of Education budget is going back to vote tomorrow from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the town hall.
Do you know what cuts impacted what? Do you know what?
Oh, you had to ask me that.
Well, of course. I mean, we need to know where is that money coming from?
Where
are they cutting it
like
from?
the line items?
Yeah.
I can pull that up.
Yeah, I'm just curious what they were cutting. Whether it was,
Yeah, I can pull it up.
The big concern, from the cheap seats, were it was going to be positions.
So I think if we had to cut more, that may be where it would head.
But right now, are they cutting positions?
No, we're not. There are positions that are vacant and people who have retired and that sort of thing that may not be filled.
They're just not going to backfill it.
But hold on, I'm trying to pull up the. So all of this information is on the Board of Ed website you go to grizzlepublicschools.org, you can see the line by line on here.
But the question is what are they cutting?
I know, that's what I'm trying to pull up,
People
but all
aren't
of
gonna
that's
go to
on
the-
here.
I don't think I think maybe 1% of the voters are going to go to the actual website.
I agree. But
And that's not a scientific number because 88% of all predictions of all percentages are 100% made up.
correct. We can keep talking while I'm looking.
Oh.
Or I can just ask.
I have no idea what that was.
That might be under pressure. Oh, well. So the total number is what, 450?
450.
450, yeah.
I'm just going straight to the source. It's easier.
Yeah. No. Okay. So, and voting, what, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m.?
But
PM.
did you answer the question? What was being
She's working
cut?
on it.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm going straight to the source.
She's working on it.
But yeah, it was 450,000 that was cut, and I'll get what the specifics were. So I don't have them pulled up ready to go.
So, I mean, that's.
But
so that's part of the problem.
What's that?
Don't take this the wrong way. How am I, as Joe Q Public, gonna know what we should be doing? Kathy, like you said, don't take this wrong.
I'm not.
But you're on the Board of Ed,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know what's being cut.
No, I do. I just don't have it pulled up.
Oh, all right. All right.
It's all available. I'm just trying to pull it all up on my phone right now and on a whim.
I'll wait.
So we'll have once
take
we
commercial
know.
break?
No. Because I mean we were asked to cut it by 450,000. So we cut it by 450,000. Tomorrow, if that passes, then we already have.
Then they'll tell everybody what they cut.
Well-
Guess what? It's like playing a game show.
Sort of, but then if it doesn't pass and we have to cut more, we can't specifically say like, well, this item is going to go down this much, and then this line item is going to go down this much.
So what you're saying is
because-
nobody knows really what's being cut. It's just, oh, okay, it's $450,000. We just cut it. We're not telling you where.
Well, because if tomorrow doesn't pass,
But I'm not going to vote for something I don't know where they're cutting.
does it matter where?
Yes,
Why?
because I have people that I know that are in the family
Mhm.
that are paras.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
How do I know they're not going to get cut? Why would I vote for that?
So you.
That's my point. If I don't know what's being cut,
Yep.
how can I make a conscious decision on how to vote for the education budget?
So you would vote based on your household.
No, I think that there's a lot more to do with it, Kathy.
Yeah.
Okay, but the real problem is that we don't know what's being cut.
Well, and we don't know how much needs to be cut yet either, because we may need to cut more tomorrow.
Wayne goes, trap question to Kathy. No, I would ask the same thing to your wife.
No,
Wayne.
no, no.
I would ask the same thing.
No, if we have to cut more tomorrow, then that may impact what we are cutting now. We may need to cut other things. Maybe there are line items we're looking at now that if it's 450, we can cut those. But if it has to be more, say tomorrow we have to cut another 300,000,
know.
that may impact the ones we're already trying to cut. Maybe, okay, we're not going to cut this line. Now we're going to
You
go
get
to
Dave
this
View
line.
sitting in front of you. Hey,
Oh,
Kathy.
Jesus. Yeah.
So where's this $450,000 come from?
Yeah, the budget. It's coming from the budget.
Okay,
we're
where?
cutting 450.
Right, I know, but where? You know he's a stickler, okay?
Yeah.
And you know there are other people who are going to be it too.
Mhm.
I'm the easy guy,
Yeah.
okay?
Yep.
So it's like, Wayne says trap question.
No.
That's crap, Wayne.
No, it's
Come
not,
on,
it's
that's
not-
crap.
It's not a trap question. It's hard to plan what to cut when you don't know how much is going to need to be cut. We don't know what the final cut is going to be. Right now, it's the 450, which it was lowered. It's 333. I don't know, whatever I showed you earlier. I had it pulled up, but now I'm all messed up. It went from 33 something now to 32,970 or something. So it's gone down the 450,000 as requested by Board of Finance. That's what's being put forward tomorrow. So if that passes, then the line items, I mean, obviously we're the last thing we want to do is cut positions. We're not looking to cut positions. That's not good for the kids. That's not good for anybody. We don't want to do
know
that.
what's being cut.
And we won't know until the voters tell us if we need to cut more. If we need to cut more,
That's kind of backwards, isn't it?
no.
So what you're saying is the Board of Education is hasn't made any cuts.
We made 400. We reduced it by 450,000, but the specific line items and the amount for each specific line item may change depending on if we need to cut more after tomorrow.
Are you following this?
Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from because
Who, me or her?
no, I'm listening to both of you. Okay, to me as a voter, 450,000. What does that mean on my taxes? Is it $20 a month? Is it $40 a month? I mean, that's the whole reason why people are bitching.
No, you're right, and it's not even that much. It's a few bucks, if
So-
that, a couple bucks a month on average. You know,
what
I
do
mean,
we-
the entire 1.4 mil or whatever, that increase on average would have been like a $15 to $18 a month increase. And it didn't pass totally.
Yeah.
Just the town part passed. So now this is only going to be, I mean, 450,000 is like what, half a mil, maybe a little bit less than half a mil,
Yeah.
0.4, 0.3, high 0.3s of a mil.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's gonna equate to a few bucks a month. But yeah, you're right. That's what people need to know.
That's what
The voters
people-
want to know is how much is my bill going to be every month? How much is it going up every month? A lot of people don't understand mill rates.
No, they don't.
They don't know what that equates to. They want to know how it's going to hit their wallet. But yeah, you're right. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
But I could also see your point because if something is on the line item to maybe cut, take example, they're going to cut the school bus by 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an impact to parents going to school. But if they're
Yeah.
going to impact expense account for somebody else then that's a different thing.
Yeah.
So,
No, and I get it. Right.
So I think
I
that's why
understand.
I can understand why you're kind of curious because they knew when they did that 450,000, it was going to come out of certain line items with a certain percentage out of each one, I'm sure.
Right.
So
But if we have to cut even more, then
it could
it could change the entire plan we have now for the 450.
and it could wipe out a line item.
It could, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a catch-22. So if we, as a taxpayer, I mean, I get what you're saying is that I want to know. Okay, so on this line item, what's being cut from it toward that 450? On this
Yeah.
line item, are we getting rid of, Chromebooks? Are we getting rid of, materials? Are we getting rid of an actual position? Are we getting rid of a para? Are we getting rid of, I don't know, a music teacher or whatever?
Yeah, I'm not even
I
sure
understand that.
I don't think it came to that though.
No,
I don't think so.
that's yeah.
It's the other items that didn't impact people. It's other items that impacted something else.
But I mean, just know that any cuts you make are going to impact, whether it's a town or a Board of Ed budget. You make cuts, you can't bitch later that you don't have the money to fund whatever it is that you want funded. I mean, we've gone round and round with that about roads and all this other stuff. And, the people that are saying, well, I don't have kids in school. Why should I approve the budget? And, my road's fine. Why should I approve the town budget when I don't care about your road? My road's fine,
No, I understand it.
So
and
I get it.
a lot of people will sit there and they'll go, okay, well, this affects me and me only, so I'm going to go ahead and vote for this. But
Right.
my question is what are we buying? What are we buying for $450,000?
Yeah, I get it.
You know?
So, yep.
And I don't understand the mentality of, okay, well, if they go for that,
Mm-hmm.
then we'll find out. Then we'll make cuts to get there.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that you should put the cuts up front and say, this is where we're cutting.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where the $450,000 is going.
So
Is getting cut from.
yeah. So, and I understand that. Honestly, I would like to see, and this goes for both budgets, I would like to see moving forward this is the budget. You can see what it covers. If it's not approved, this is what you lose. Right? That's kind of like what you're saying.
But,
like if it's not
it's
approved,
almost
this
kind
is
of
what
like
you
Russian
lose.
roulette. It's kind of like, well, if you vote for it, now we'll tell you.
Now, well, no. What I'm saying is what I would like to see as a resident is moving forward with both budgets is this is what you get for this amount. This doesn't get approved. This is what you lose, kind of thing, you know? And to Paul's point, not just the mill rate and here's the total amount and all this stuff, but on average, this is how much it goes up a month, you know, on your mortgage or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I think all of that together, just to kind of, I mean, it's to dumb it down, but not because people are dumb, but because it's, you know, everybody who's kind of involved in all of this, obviously we're talking about it all the time. So it's, you know, we know what we're talking about, but the average person doesn't. Like you said, they don't know what a mill rate is. They
That's
don't
why
know what it equates to.
That's why I don't understand why they don't say that. They say 450,000, but you got to tell people what
Yep,
does
in
that
dollars.
mean in dollars
You're
and
right.
cents.
Mhm.
But they don't do that, and I don't know why.
No, you're right. You're right. And they should.
They should.
Yeah, it equates to a few bucks a month on average, depending on, obviously there's some factors that go into that, but
Yeah.
it's not, you know, it's not like your taxes are going to go up $100 a month because of the Board of Ed budget, you know?
Well, we'll find out tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
6 to 8:30, 6 to 8, right?
6 to 8, 6 a.m. to 8
It's going
p.m.
to be
at Town
interesting
Hall.
to see how many people show up for a second vote.
Versus, yeah, the last one was higher than last year's. 760 maybe.
I would think
770.
that you're going to find a lot more people who support the schools show up to pass it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's been put out there. I can tell you the school has put it out there. Both parties have put it out there. The town has it on their website. There are now signs up. I don't know how far out. I know some of the feedback that was received at the last one was the folks out at Grizzled, like way out there, they didn't know anything about it. They didn't have any signs out there. So I don't know if they've corrected that and put signs out there or not, but it's all over social media.
You put signs out, people
I
go,
know.
I didn't see
People are
it.
still going to,
Should put one on Ashland Street.
Yeah, people go 100 miles an hour up down there. It'll just be a blur.
Yeah, right through the stop sign.
Right at the stop sign.
Uh-huh.
Face it in.
All right, so we'll see you tomorrow.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. You have Mr. Crypt Keeper. You have a great day.
You too.
All right. All right. Unicorns for lunch at noon. We'll see you then. Guys, thank you very much. We'll see you later.